Hey up everyone, how's it going? I'll get straight to it. I passed. I passed the test. My boss, well, my on-site manager, on Sunday evening after the end of that shift, said that I passed. Did really well. No negative feedback whatsoever. Passed it with flying colours. So we've got the job, guys. We've got the job. I'm absolutely buzzing. And I've had a great weekend. I've had an amazing weekend. It's been really good. Um, yeah, I'm just doing this video because there's been people after the last video who have asked me, well, they've said, hope it goes well, let us know how it goes and things like that. So yeah, I'll just throw this one out there. I'm on cloud nine. It was really good. I'll just run through from the beginning. So yeah, went down on Thursday night. So yeah, I was working in Skegness. For anyone who's new, who's not watched the last video, like I've just got a job working security. These like big weekender things. It's like a holiday park. I'm not gonna say exactly where it is and what it is and stuff. But yeah, it's like a holiday park when there's no kids there and there's no families there. Adults basically book it for these big weekenders where loads of adults just go and party for the weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it was like a 70s themed weekend, and it was my first one. Um, and I absolutely loved it. But yeah, we went down on Thursday night. One of my friends who I met while doing the security course, he and one other guy that I met there also were doing a trial this weekend. So yeah, one of my friends took me down there on the Thursday night because you can stay. You can go down on the Thursday night. You can stay there. Like you have accommodation there, and then you go back on the Monday morning. So we went down there on Thursday night. I met some of the other guys there who were working security, and they all seemed lovely. I'll get more into that later because that was the main part that I loved about the job, was just the great lads that I worked with and stuff like that. So I went down the Thursday, met some of the guys, and then my first shift was on early Friday afternoon, 1 o'clock. And I'll be honest, I didn't think that I would be, but I was like super nervous, like on the night before, like really nervous. I didn't start feeling that way until I got there. Like the journey there and stuff and all before, like the week before, I was fine. Um, but yeah, I just got really nervous on the night, like super, like really nervous, like anxious. Like my heart was beating real fast, and yeah, I couldn't sleep the night before. I made sure that I had like enough time to get plenty of sleep. I think I got like 2 hours sleep. I knew on the Friday I'd be getting thrown straight into it. I had a 14-hour shift, so I started at 1 p.m. and I didn't finish until like 3 a.m. So I only got 2 hours sleep, and I was just worried. I think just looking back. I think it was because I've done security for a long time, but I think it was being around that many people that I was nervous. That was like the main thing I was nervous about since because I've done security for a long time, and I've done similar security where you've been around a lot of people. Like I've done colleges and universities, and I've done nightclubs before. But since I've done them, there's been like a gap since like 2017 where I've gone through, obesity, like deep depression, like suicidal thoughts, and um, a lot of stuff, addiction, obviously. So yeah, I've not been around that many people for a while, and I think that was the main thing I was worried about. I wasn't worried about the security side of things, being able to handle myself. I'm like I've always felt like I think I'm a bit confident with that. Like I've always been able to handle myself. Like I'm from Hull. I don't know what the reputation, if you understand the reputation of people from Hull, but we can handle ourselves. We're a rugby town. I'm like 6'2", and yeah, I've always felt confident with that. I've not been in many scraps, but I've always felt like I can, especially when you've got a good team around you. I felt like I can handle myself, so I've not like ever backed out of stuff like that. But it was more just like because I was told there'd be a lot of customer service with the job, like dealing with people like a partying. You're on a holiday site, so there's more customer service involved where you're being polite with people and you've got to build a rapport and stuff like that. And I think I was worried about that because I've not really, well, I've done everything to not be around people for a long time. Um, and I think well, there's no better way to get over stuff than to throw yourself into it, in my opinion. And yeah, I threw myself right into the deep end there. First shift on the Friday, I was working in it was one of the quieter bars. So my shift was like it was like two halves. So in this first half, I was working like a daytime bar on my own, and I was talking to a lot of people. And it was a lot of people asking for directions, and I didn't really know. So what I was just because you have like a tiny briefing and a really really short tour of the area of the site, but it's a lot to remember in a short period of time. So there was people wanting to know where their accommodations and that was, which I never got shown. But I did. You do get a map, and you have like an app on your phone. You're allowed to look on your phone at this app of the site. So when people were asking me things like that, I was like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know, but we're gonna find out together. And people seem to be all right with that. So yeah, it was nice to meet people, and with the site, how it is, because you're working like all Friday, all Saturday, all Sunday, but the people on the site, it's all the same people. They're all there for the full weekend, so you start to see regular faces. So if you're helping people out as much as you can, if if you've got a smile on your face, if you're doing your best for people, they do remember that, which is nice, and you remember them as well. And there was nice conversations I had throughout the weekend with certain groups of people who I'd see over and over again. So it was really good, and that like it really helped my confidence. That did because I think that was the bit that I was really worried about the most, unknowingly before. But yeah, definitely the night before I started, um, that was major. I was just thinking, bloody hell, like, do I just like no? I think it's normal stuff. Like, do I look decent? Like, will I look smart enough? Will I look approachable? Um, do I sound okay? Because obviously I've been through like alcohol addiction and stuff like that. Do I sound like an alcoholic? Am I slurring? Um, yeah, I was worried about that stuff mainly. Um, but yeah, it seemed all right. Like I seemed to get on with everyone, and the main thing for me that I absolutely loved about the place, and obviously for any job, when you're going through a trial, like obviously they're trialing you, but importantly you're trialing them as well. Like you don't if they give you the job, you don't have to accept it. Like if you don't like the place yourself, like you can turn it down. Um, so yeah, I was, there were certain things that wanted to make sure were right for me to accept it. The main thing was like the culture of the place, the staff. Just after like I briefly went over it in the first video I did like this, like I lost my job last time around, and it was mainly due to like the culture of the place that I just didn't click with. It didn't work for me. There was certain things that I wanted to aim for personally within the mental health field that they didn't match. We didn't match vibes basically. If you want to put it in basic terms, there was not like a camaraderie within the group. Everyone seemed to be gunning solo and didn't have each other's backs. But at this place, oh my god, it was so good. It was kind of overwhelming at points because there was a big security team. So we're like our security team are like contracted to this place. So they've got their own in-house security team that just work there, but then we can work at various sites in the country. And our own security team was real close knit. There were so many of them, and probably there was people who was working there the same weekend who I didn't even meet. But the ones that I met, absolutely amazing, great set of lads. Everyone, just people you've not met before, just like shaking your hand. How's it going? How's your first shift going? Just top notch, amazing lads. Really good. Just made me feel so welcome, man. And I felt like that's what I've been missing for a long time. Is just being around a group of people who just are happy to, you feel like they're happy to be in your company, and they feel like they're happy to work with you, and uh, and just people having each other's backs. It just feels good. It feels good because I know that I'll always be there for everyone that I work with wherever I go. When you feel like that's reciprocated, um, it's really good. And I didn't. I actually was losing hope that places like that existed. To be honest, I thought all hope was lost as far as that is concerned. But just having that, it was overwhelming because the first day, like you go to your briefing, there's tons of people at the briefing. Like in the morning, the briefing was at 11 o'clock on the Friday morning. So I met like my manager and assistant manager and a bunch of the lads, and everyone's just shaking each other's hands. What's your name? I'm Adam. You know, I've been here for so and so. This is hope you enjoy yourself. If you need anything, come and talk to me. If you need anything, just everyone's just saying that. If you need anything, this is where the food is. This is where that is. And just in like the space of half an hour, like I know where certain points are. I know where to get my food. I know where the toilets are. I know what break times are like. I know what the etiquette is like as far as people helping each other out. We rotate around. Everyone gets 5 minutes or so, like every couple of hours, to stretch the legs. And if you don't take the piss, excuse my French, but I'm speaking just how how I speak, how we all spoke. Really, if you take the piss, then that's frowned upon. But nobody does because everyone respects it. So yeah, it was really good. And yeah, the work itself, it was super busy, but super. It just felt like I'm losing my words here. It was super busy, but really gratifying. Gratifying. Just felt worth. It was really good. Time flew by. It's hard work, busy work, but time flew by. The people were great. The staff were great. The music was great. I mean, on every single shift, because apart from that first shift on the Friday, I was working in nightclubs. Um, well, what they've got like three main nightclubs, and I was working in one of them every single night. And it was a 70s themed weekend. And my taste of music, like it's kind of runs between mid 70s all the way to like mid 2000s. I was happy enough. There was a lot of music that I liked. There was a lot of famous bands there from the 70s that like I had no idea that there'd be actual famous bands there. And I found out on my first shift I was working in something called the Pit. And the Pit is basically the part of, so there's like the stage, you got the stage, and then you've got the dance floor. The Pit is like a corridor in between that, basically, that I was patrolling, protecting, making sure people are not jumping over to get to these bands. And I was on that for the first part of my shift, and it was really good. I was just watching bands, protecting people. People were dancing. Our security team were allowed to, you know, be ourselves a bit, and we're allowed to dance with people. If you know, not dance with people, but if people like are dancing and they go like, if they point at you and say, you know, are you gonna dance and stuff, you're allowed to do it. You're allowed to, put a bit of character into it. You're not just like serious security. I've done serious security where you just stood like, can't do it. I need to stand up, but you just like stood up like this on a door all the time with you like this. I can't even. Where's the camera? You just like got your hand in front like that. You just stood, and you're like, just like all serious all the time. But yeah, you don't. Obviously, you have to be professional, but you could put yourself into it because of the type of place that it was. I don't even know if you understood what I was doing there. Like, so there's the security stance is like you have to put one hand on your wrist and then have super straight arms, and then stood up like legs spread apart and stuff, straight back. You're not allowed to like lean and things like that, but you have to do that when you're on the doors there and everything, and when you're stood like at your stations. But if people are asking for photographs or like if they want a conversation and things like that, you're allowed to be yourself, and as long as you stay professional and you know, you're not trying to pull women on at work and stuff. That's the main thing. But yeah, it was really good. And what made it enjoyable, like as well as the the staff, like my colleagues, was just the people who are paying to be there, like the holiday goers, the I don't know what they call themselves, the weekenders, just the adults that were there. They make it. They all seem like lovely people from what I met. And they're there to enjoy themselves, enjoy some 70s music. It was a bit of an older crowd, to be fair, because it was a 70s theme, people reliving memories of the 70s and that, but there was some younger ones there as well. But yeah, there's some amazing bands. Who was there? There was like Status Quo. There were Mud were there. Boney M. Who else was there? Um, the glitter band was there. There was all sorts, man. There was so many, so many. But yeah, it was really good music. There was this drum solo. There was this drum solo that went on for like 10 minutes, and I was in the pits, stood right in front of one of the speakers, and I could just like feel it going through my body, and the full crowd was loving it. It was absolutely amazing. But yeah, really good time. Really enjoyed myself, and yeah, like I said, I found out off my boss that I've got the job. He shook my hand at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's like we've been we've been watching you. I've got feedback from all the staff that have worked with you, and we're happy for you to get going. November's going to be super busy. December's going to be super busy. Are you ready to? Do you want to work with us? I was like, I'm ready. Good to go. I'm ready to get on. I mean, and yeah, so yeah, obviously they'd been watching me, and there was some things I had to deal with. I had to ask. I had to remove a couple of people from one of the venues. I had to deal with like some incidents. There was like like a first aid issue that I had to deal with, and like I dealt with it how I'm trained to do, and yeah, that was fine. The removal of people was that was a that thing when you're doing security and you're working in a new venue. I know myself that all the other lads are waiting to see how you can handle yourself, because that's what I am like as well. Because you're kind of watching how people deal with things, so you know how you can help them. If someone can handle themselves, then you're there, but you don't interfere as much because they've got it. And if they haven't got it, then you need to help them a bit. And I do know in some places people people always want to know that they can handle themselves, because then they don't have to do as much for you. Um, but yeah, there was a situation where I had to remove a couple of people, and surely enough, they were both humongous guys, uh, which it's just how it goes. You have to do it sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, they're always drunk, and that makes things a bit easier. And they didn't put up much of a struggle or anything, so dealt with one of my colleagues. Was watching in case something happened or anything, but yeah, that it was all right, all good to go. So yeah, I'll be doing. There's a little break because it's like this school holidays for the children, so there'll be none of these big weekenders in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we're jam packed for November and December, so hopefully I'll be doing it every single weekend until then. And yeah, we are good. Yeah, I just wanted to update you guys. I'm super happy with how it went. I just wanted to speak about what my feelings were like before. If you're ever someone that you're doubting yourself and you're thinking, oh, you can't step up to like a situation you're uncomfortable with or you've not done before, believe you me, coming from me, someone like me, you can do it, man. Like I didn't think I'd ever be able to work somewhere like that ever again. Um, and the night before, it kind of hit home how nervous I was. I didn't feel ready to deal with like people, really just being around people, let alone interacting with them. I didn't feel like an approachable human being. Yeah, if I can do it, you can do it. It's possible. So if there's something you want to do, and the thing that's in the way is just like yourself, really, then you've just got to throw yourself into it. You might lose some sleep, you might get a bit nervous, but when you come out the other end, like I have today, after a weekend of tough work but super satisfying work, you'll feel proud of yourself. And yeah, I do feel proud of myself. I managed to do it. I'm never gonna feel as nervous as that with this job, because the first day is always the hardest, in my opinion. Dealing with your first incident is hard, which I've done. Um, so yeah, just crack on, get it done, and then you'll reap the rewards afterwards. What else? What else is going on? Oh yeah, another thing that like is this is like something else. This is a personal thing. Like I've not since I got divorced, I've not like dated at all. I've not dated anyone like since I got divorced. Like it's been like a couple of years, and yeah, I've started talking to a girl now. Like just messaging like I was on like a dating app and stuff, and that seems to be going well. Gonna be dating soon, and that's another thing. I'm absolutely shitting myself for. Um, yeah, big time. Like massive. Like I don't know what it is. I mean, if anyone who's been through this, if they can help, just getting back into dating and relationships again after a long, like I was with the same person for like 13, 14 years, had kids, got divorced, and then up until recently, I've not even thought about dating or anything like that. It's been, I've just not even thought about it. And it's just been like this year, I've been thinking, you know, it'd be nice, I guess, a bit lonely, I guess. It'd be nice to have a bit of company every now and then. And I've just not even, yeah. And yeah, I put myself on one of these dating apps. I'm not going to say which one, but not even expecting anything really. I just, and yeah, matched with someone, and here we are. We're chatting, and it's nice just to chat, be yourself, and similar to where the day before when I started the job. Like I think when you've not done something for a long time, you kind of feel like you can't do it anymore. You can't, like I felt like I can't talk to a woman anymore. You know what I mean? Um, I think it's got to be normal. I'm being shy about it, but yeah, it's you just there's all these like insecurities, like oh they're not going to find you interesting, or they're not going to find you remotely good looking, even though you've got to put a picture on. You've got to put a picture on these sites, so they know what you look like. But yeah, dating's different now, man. I've not dated since I was like a teen. It's so much different now. I'm really old fashioned. Um, you used to meet someone, you used to get the number, and then you'd go on a few dates, and then you'd go out. You'd call it going out with someone. That I guess that means when you're in a relationship or whatever. But yeah, it's so much different now. There's a lot of like messaging and stuff like that, and then I think you start dating. I don't know. I think I asked for a number and she gave me it. So I think that's the first step done. Um, just full of nerves, like I don't know, just full of nerves, but it's nice. I guess it's nice. I think we're going through the. I mean, people talk about like the stages of grief. There must be like a stages of after divorce thing that people may know about. Like there's like a. I think I'm in the stage of wondering if I can do it all again. There's certain things that go through my mind. There's a number of things, and I know, like half the battle is just understanding that none of these things are actually real. They're all just thoughts. Um, so let's. So what other things? So there's the worry about uh, liking someone to the point that I want to date them and maybe have a relationship with them, and then my kids don't like them, and that'd be a deal breaker, and that'd be heartbreaking, I guess. Well, it would be because I love my kids, but also like if I really like this person, I'd have to I'd have to not see him again because that the kids are my life, and so that's what's one thing. Just like putting my heart on my sleeve for it to be broken by my children. Fucking hell. Another one would be probably that in reverse. If I met someone who had children, I guess, and then their children didn't like me for whatever reason, understandably that'd be a deal breaker for whoever they are. So then, yeah, it's just worries, I guess, and you've got to deal with them. But yeah, they're all normal, aren't they? Um, and the other, and like the third one is just all on me, really. It's would I be, I don't even know if I feel dateable. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and I guess over time that'll be something that I um get better at, just building confidence, chatting and stuff like that. I think that's what I need to do to get through it. Yeah, it's the main thing. I don't really know what else to say. But yeah, life's going all right. We're on an upward trajectory. I wanted to make sure, like, I haven't started doing these videos just to start doing this now. I'd already started doing this now, improve, like, getting on the right track and stuff. I just felt like it was good to maybe do these videos. The first one was because I was in a bit of a lull because I'd got an interview fell through and things like that, and I just put one of them videos out, and I updated with the job and everything. I'm just trying to do as much as I can, and people seem to be interested on the updates and stuff. So we'll keep doing this. I've not really got any ideas on videos other than this at the moment. Like because I was just making videos like gaming, like racing stuff, racing games. I've not really been interested in doing anything like that really because life has got in the way. So for anyone who's looking for that kind of stuff, you're more likely to see it soon in like live streams. I want to start live streaming again when we start getting momentum going with this work. I'll be working like every weekend, and then when I haven't got my kids, I'll stream. That's the plan. It should give me more opportunities to stream. So if you're interested in like the gaming side of things, it'll be the streams really. If I have any ideas for videos, or if you have any ideas for me to do for videos, shoot me ideas, and I'll think of some too. I don't ever want to think of myself as a guru or a coach or whatever. This is just me just spitballing about my life. And it's helping me. And I've spoken to some people I know, people I don't know, and they said it's helped them, it's inspired them a bit. So this is just what it is, really. It's nothing major. I don't know how long they'll go on for. I don't know if this will be the last one. It could well be, could not. That's up to me, and it's up to you, I guess. If you feel like you want to, I don't even know what I'd update on next. I don't really want to talk about much about my dating life because I feel like that should be personal. All I'll say is what I've already said is we're on the edge of it. We're talking. I don't really want to get into anything else apart from that. I could talk about things in the future about how I dealt with addiction, how I stopped drinking, how I lost a lot of weight, like 10 stone. We could talk about stuff like that if that interests people, if you find that interesting. But yeah, we'll end that there. We're nearly at half an hour, but yeah, I appreciate the support. Like the people who like messaged me saying I hope this weekend goes well. It really helps. It really did. And I thought about you guys when I was real nervous the night before because I feel like we don't give ourselves enough credit sometimes. We tend to like look at how other people do things and we don't realize we can do them too. You don't realize that you're a human being and you've got the ability to do whatever you want as long as you push through the struggles and you do it. And when other people who you've known for a long time say that they appreciate you for being in their life and they're happy for you and they say that it's gonna go well, you're gonna do all right. It does mean a lot because they've seen you, they know what you can do, and it means a lot. It means a lot. So yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're not gonna waffle on for too long. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Maybe. Goodbye.